Hi friends, I'm Inaya and welcome to Circle of Life with Inaya. Today, I want to start with a question that might hit close to home. When was the last time you scrolled through social media, saw someone's perfect vacation or their amazing achievement, and felt that tiny sting in your chest? Maybe you thought, why am I not there yet? Or what am I doing wrong? If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. We live in a world where it's almost impossible not to compare ourselves to others. But what if I told you that breaking free from this habit could unlock a kind of freedom you might not even realize you're missing? Let's talk about why this topic matters so much. Comparing ourselves to others is something we often do without even noticing. It can sneak into our minds when we see a friend's promotion, a celebrity's flawless skin, or even a stranger's happy relationship. Suddenly, our own lives feel smaller, less exciting, or not good enough. This constant measuring up can drain our happiness, make us doubt our abilities, and even stop us from going after what we truly want. But here's the good news. You can learn to stop this cycle, and when you do, you'll discover a sense of freedom and self-acceptance that's truly life-changing. So, how do we actually stop comparing ourselves to others? The first step is to become aware of when it's happening. Most of us compare ourselves out of habit, almost like a reflex. Next time you catch yourself thinking, I wish I had what they have, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Sometimes, comparison is just a sign that you're longing for something. Maybe more adventure, recognition, or connection. Instead of letting that feeling turn into jealousy or self-criticism, use it as a clue. What is it that you truly want for yourself? This simple shift in awareness can turn comparison from something painful into something useful, a guide to your own desires. Another powerful strategy is to focus on your own journey. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly effective. Imagine you're running a race, but instead of looking straight ahead, you keep turning your head to see how everyone else is doing. Not only does it slow you down, but it also makes you lose sight of your own path. Life isn't a race with one finish line. Everyone's journey is unique, with different starting points, challenges, and goals. When you start to notice someone else's success, remind yourself that their story is not your story. Celebrate their wins, but stay committed to your own growth. One thing that really helped me was keeping a journal where I track my small victories and progress, no matter how tiny they seem. Over time, you'll start to see how far you've come, and those comparisons will start to fade into the background. Let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I had a friend who seemed to have it all together. An amazing job, a beautiful home, and a super active social life. I found myself constantly comparing my behind the scenes to her highlight reel. But one day, she opened up about her own struggles and insecurities, and I realized that what I saw on the surface was only part of her reality. That moment changed everything for me. It made me realize that everyone has their own challenges, no matter how perfect things look from the outside. Now, whenever I catch myself comparing, I remind myself that I'm only seeing a small piece of someone else's puzzle. Of course, I know it's not always easy to stop comparing, especially when we're surrounded by reminders of what others have. You might be thinking, but Inaya, what if I just can't help it? What if it's automatic? That's completely normal. The key is not to judge yourself for having those thoughts. Instead, gently redirect your focus. One practical way to do this is to limit your exposure to things that trigger comparison. If scrolling through certain social media accounts makes you feel bad about yourself, it's okay to take a break or unfollow for a while. Fill your feed with people and pages that inspire you, not those that make you feel less than. And remember, you have the power to choose what you let into your mind and heart. Finally, practice gratitude for your own life, right here and now. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect, but about noticing the good things you might be overlooking. Every night before bed, try listing 3 things you appreciate about yourself or your day. They don't have to be big. Maybe you made someone smile, finished a task you'd been putting off, or simply took a moment to breathe. Over time, this habit can shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. And that's where true freedom begins. So, as you go about your day, I invite you to notice when comparison sneaks in and gently guide yourself back to your own path. Remember, your journey is yours alone, and that's what makes it beautiful. If you found these tips helpful, I'd love to hear from you. What's one area of your life where you struggle with comparison? And what's one step you're willing to try to break free? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's support each other on this journey to self-acceptance. Thank you so much for joining me today on Circle of Life with Inaya. If you enjoyed this video and want more practical, uplifting advice for living your best life, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Remember, freedom from comparison is possible, and it starts with a single step. Until next time, take care of yourself and celebrate your own unique journey.